family and friends here for this great day. So, come on in. I want to first start off by thanking every single one of you people coming today, family, friends, everybody that's here today. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to the Spano family. Today actually is, we not only consider him a brother, we consider him family. And our community is very fortunate to have someone like him for the last 12 years representing our city. This mayor is about inclusion, he's about diversity, he's about opportunity. There's not a single department in this city that does not have an Arab American working in there. And we should all be very proud of that. Whether it's in the Board of Education, whether it's in the building department, PVB, finance, the Arab American community is represented well in the city of Yonkers, and this mayor always made a commitment that how the city reflects is how his administration is going to reflect. And that's why we have one of the most diverse administrations that Yonkers has ever had. We're going to continue on with the program. I just want to first simply say today begins early voting. And it's important that our friends and our family vote today. Let's win this thing early and quick. Make sure we get our friends, our family, our neighbors. It's important that we all turn out. There's also two other candidates that are running along with the mayor that he needs as a partner. Is Shanae Williams. I don't know if she's here, but Shanae is very, very important. So when you go out there, when you look on the ballot, if you see Shanae Williams, Deanna Robinson, very important. Two people that we need to make sure win on Tuesday the 27th. With this, I want to continue the program. I want to introduce Dr. Rabati.
Thank you, Jay. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you all. It's nice to see us all come together, work together, and unite for a common cause. And that common cause, as Zahi said, is to make sure that this administration continues the wonderful work that it's been doing across Yonkers. You see all the construction. You see all of the businesses building up. You see the improvements and the diversity that's been built. It's a very inclusive administration. You look at the Board of Trustees and the Yonkers Board of Ed, it's a very diverse group. You look at every single committee in Yonkers, one of us is on that board, and we are the voice for the Arabic community. So let's continue to support this mayor. Let's support all the constituents that are running along with the mayor and make sure that this continues to be the best place to live in and raise our children. So I'd like to first bring up our New York State Assemblyman, Dr. Nader Sage.
Thank you very much, and still good morning. You know, today is special because not only is it the first day of early voting, but it really is special because when we bring the community together and we bring, especially our community, the Arab American community, the Muslim community, the Indo-Paco community, we're looking at a growing population of people that are of South Asian background and Middle Eastern background that have the same trends and the same needs, and that is family values and education and business development. And this is what makes this community great. And for this community to be here today for a very special cause to support a mayor in his re-election bid. And the mayor is not someone who came to us recently looking for our support. The mayor and his family have been intertwined, have been working with us for over 35 years. And I can tell you from experience from the days when his brother, Senator Nick Spano, ran for assembly many, many years ago, we held events together at the old Adventures Inn, Nick, and we pledged support to work together. And as Zahi Jurius, who plays a very crucial role, and Dr. Amir Abadi and everybody in this room, we recognize that for our community to continue to grow, we need to make sure we have an administration that respects our community. And no one has been more respectful, that has displayed diversity, that has displayed respect for our community in many different ways, whether it's expanding business or appointments to boards or development, and that's Mayor Mike Spano. Today, I'm here to join with all of you, not only to wish our mayor in advance the re-election victory night, election day, but to also say, as he had supported me in my re-election to the Assembly, I wholeheartedly support Mayor Mike Spano in his re-election, and that we can continue to work together to make not only our city, but our community great. Let's go out there, early voting, election day, June 27th. Make sure, because primaries, there's a low turnout in a primary. So you can play a major role when each and every one of you and your families and your neighbors and your tenants and your friends come out to vote. That would give us the victory we need. Good luck, Mayor Spano, on to victory.
Thank you, Nate. As we look across the room, we see a lot of different types of Arab Americans from different countries, from Jordan, of course, from Palestine, from Yemen, from Syria, Lebanon, Egypt, North African countries, Algeria, Morocco, and all the countries that are here today. We'd like to thank you all for coming again. I'd like to bring up a very important leader in the Yemen community, Mr. Zaid Naji.
Thank you, Doctor, and good morning, everyone. Arabia, one of the things that make the Arabic community so beautiful is that we are so diverse. My name is Zaid Naji. I am from the Yemeni-American community. You see us every day, but you really see us in events like this. We are the people who make you coffee. We're the people who make you sandwiches. We are the bodega men. And we are here. And I always tell people to look for the why. Why am I here speaking? Why the tens of bodega men and bodega workers are here? We are here to stand with those who stood with us and are standing with us. Crime, we are the victim of crimes. 24-hour, 7 days, the crime in the city of Yonkers is down 50%. That's one of the main reasons we are here. We also are here because we are seeking opportunities. And under the leadership of Mayor Spano, the city is an open field for potential investments. In my community, the community that came from the far country of Yemen, are seeking for dignified way to earn and take care of our people. So why we are here? We're here to stood with the people who stood with us. We are an emerging community. We come from a country again that the system does not work. We are starting realizing how the system start work, and we're gonna try to have a seat in the table. Thank you, Mayor Spano. Thank you, everyone, for supporting our community, and let's do this.
Thank you, Mr. Naji. Also, I left out Pakistan. Who's from Pakistan here? There we go. I'd like to bring up a Jordanian community leader, Mr. Jamal Marji, to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Each one of them in a special way. And we ask you to be with our mayor this term, 4 more years. Guide him and bless him. In Jesus' name I pray. Thank you all for coming as Arabs, Americans, and other communities. It means a lot. We depend on each other, and we can depend on Mayor Spano. We all know how important it is to come together as a community for the greater good of our city. Mayor Mike Spano is great for our city. Mayor Spano has done a lot for the city of Yonkers. The city of Yonkers would be honored to re-elect Mike Spano for another term. He still has plenty to offer the city. We are looking forward to that progress and opportunity he can continue to bring to this great city of ours. I'd like to tell you a short story that I work as an inspector in the city. I'm making an inspection in the Lions Gate, and the owner, the president, came out to meet me, and we had a little discussion, and he explained to me he's been looking for a studio. Of course, everybody know Lions Gate, we heard about it in Yonkers. It's a major studio, bigger than Hollywood. So he mentioned that he had the opportunity to go to New Jersey or Yonkers, but after discussing with the mayor, he chose Yonkers. And there's a lot of opportunities here and a lot of projects, a lot of developments already going on, and there's more to come. We thank the mayor, and we bless him and give him support for 4 more years.
On that note, we'd like to bring up now Mr. Hossein Rababa, Chairman of the Muslim Democratic Caucus.
Thank you all very much. You know, this mic is very small. Can you push it up? My name is Hossein Rababa, and I'm a Muslim Jordanian American. What does that mean? You involved with everyone. And we are blessed in Yonkers, honestly, to have a mayor and a leadership in Mike Spano. I worked with Mike Spano for the past probably 6 years. And I worked before with another mayor. But I'm going to tell you a few things the Muslim community accomplished under his leadership, and it never happened before. I remember when we start working to accomplish the Eid holiday, and we have a lunch downtown Yonkers. And he said, I asked him about the Eid holiday, and he said, Hussein, if the city council vote to recognize the Muslim holiday, I will sign it in the same day. And at that point, I went to Ms. Shanae William, our city council, and she sponsored that resolution. And the same day the resolution passed, Mayor Spano signed it. And for that, he put his name in the history to come for my kids who's 7 years old to always remember that his holiday was recognized in Yonkers because of Mayor Spano and Shanae William. I also don't want to forget the help we receive from our representative in the Board of Education, Dr. Amir Rabadi. I will always be thankful. Also the support of Nader Sayed, Dr. Nader Sayed, and Diana Robinson. This issue was the most important issue to the Muslim community. And under his leadership, it was accomplished. The other thing I want to tell you also, last year, he sworn in the first 2 Muslim police officers in the brave Yonkers Police Department. Besides having the city is one of the safest city in United States, and I was watching Mayor Spano about 2 weeks ago. I think he was in Chicago with former President Obama, and he chose Yonkers as an example for diversity, education, and safety. And that speaks for his leadership for now and the future. Let's vote for him, and we all, inshallah, as we said, God willing, meet in the finish line. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Rababa. I'd like to bring up a very hardworking person for the Jordanian community for many decades. Actually, no introduction is needed, but we got to say his name to bring him up. Mr. Majid Samadman, please.
I'm not prepared for that, but all I like to say, Mike Spano is like my good brother. The whole Spano family is like my family. The second thing, if we look at Yonkers 20 years ago, and you look at Yonkers today, you see the difference. You see the buildings, the new big buildings all over Yonkers. You see the street more cleaner. You see the street more safer, and that's the best. And I wish him a luck. More term and another term. All we like to, Mr. Spano and the Spano family is my second family over here in this country. I remember his father is my good friend. His father, he swear in my father and my mother as a citizen. Then we go after lunch after that. And we have the same with Lenny Spano. God bless his soul. And thank you. And I wish everyone vote for Mr. Spano and his team. All the team. I know they must have not been named, then I forgot. All his team. We like to see Spano again to prove Yonkers one more time. Thank you.
I'd like to bring up the President of St. George's Orthodox Church, Mr. Auni Khoury.
Good morning, everyone. Very happy to be here. My first time I do a speech like this, but I wanted to support our mayor. He did great for the city for the last 12 years. We want to keep him in, so let's go and vote for him. He helped us with the St. George, creating St. George Church. So we want to thank him for that too. Good luck, Mayor.
I'd like to bring up Mr. Joseph Basho Rabadi.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not prepared for that, but I want to say one thing. Mayor Mike has been a friend of our community for so many years. The Spano family is like a family to our community. I wish Mike and his team the best. Please help Mike to get there. On the 27th of today, go and vote. He needs us and we need him. God bless you all.
All right. I'd like to bring up someone back up here to the microphone. He's a mentor to all of us politically because none of us really know what we're doing in politics. I'd like to bring up our good friend, our community leader, Mr. Zay Jerris.
Thank you, Dr. Rabadi. As we're getting winding down to our program, He's no stranger to us, doesn't need an introduction, but has been a big fighter for Yonkers. We all love him. Senator Nick Spano.
Thank you very much, Zay, and good morning. To Zay, he's been a great friend, not only to your community, but to our family, for putting this together and organizing this. We want to just say thank you. For Dr. Waverly, there we go. Don't you love seeing his picture on the back of all the buses and the billboards? But him and his family have been leaders in our community for generations. Nader, our good friend, Assemblyman Nader Sage, mentioned back at Adventures Inn, he did a fundraiser. That was in 1978. Half the people in this room weren't even born in 1978. But there were a number of you who were there at that fundraiser, a number of you who would continue to be there to support our family, and for that we're grateful and we say thank you. And when Majid, thank you for raising my dad's name. You know, let me first say, tomorrow, let's offer a really nice, happy Father's Day to all the dads here. Right? And a happy Father's Day to those dads who are not here, who are here in spirit. And my dad and Majid drank a lot of wine together. They had a great time together. And when I see so many families here that we have known for generations, we're so enormously grateful. And where's Kamal? Nader said today is the beginning. Let me just say that Kamal Marji said to me 2 years ago, says, your brother has to run again. And at that point, my brother was saying, no way, I'm not going to do it. And there were a number of people who started a grassroots movement to say, we had a delay because of COVID. There are so many great things happening in this city, and you deserve another term to finish the job that you started. And Kamal, you were right then, and hopefully we're all going to be right starting today through June 27th. So that started, you planted the seed 2 years ago. We've been working, we've been toiling, we've been growing, and we're at the point now where we have to harvest. It's a point now where we harvest the plants. It's a point now that starting today, every person in this room, if you can grab 10 people and say, please go to vote today for Mike Spano and for Deanna Robinson and for Shanae Williams, this city will be in good hands. And you know what's happening these days? They're going after our family. They're starting to go after our family in a pretty strong and sometimes nasty way. But you know what makes us feel strong? Is that when they go after our family, they're going after every one of your families as well, because all of us is one family. We respect it, we love you, we thank you for your help and support. And let me introduce the mayor of the city, Mayor Mike Spano.
You know, it's always tough to follow my big brother, but I'm going to try. Let's give a nice round of applause to Senator Spano, who really has never walked away from the world. He loves governing, he loves politics, he loves public service, and so he continues to be here and to be part of our community. And you know, a lot of people, as you know, when they serve, and they serve for a long time, and when they leave public service, very often they just kind of evaporate into the world and go do something else. And that's not him. It's not what he's done. So again, thank you to my big brother, Senator Spano. To Majid, yeah, you know, Majid is. I used to love watching Majid and my father interact. You know, Majid show up. He usually have a bottle of Jordan under his arm. And then my father would take out a bottle of $15 a bottle of wine. He'd make me drink that because he said that I didn't know wine good and well enough to appreciate Jordan, that only the wine connoisseurs could drink Jordan. So Majid and my father drank the Jordan. I got the Josh. So that's what I got to drink. But it's great to be here again. And I'm so humbled by the support that I've gotten from your community and the speakers that have come up here and spoke about what we've done, the reforms we made, how we've changed the city to be that city that was promised to be to each and every one of you when you all came here, whether it was you, your parents, your grandparents. You came here, there was a promise of America, there was a promise here in Yonkers, and that promise has been achieved by so many of you. So many of you. But at the same time, if you took a picture of Yonkers, as it was and is, and you take and put it next to another picture that is the government that was representing you, there was something wrong with the picture. While you were out there making your investments, properties, making your investments in your kids, in your families, in your businesses, and saying, I just want room to grow. I just want room to make sure I can take care of my children and make sure that they live in a safe community. Make sure that they live in a community that their kids can get an education. Make sure they live in a community that they could come back to and maybe be able to afford a home here. And that's all great, all well and good, but if you don't have the representation, if the representation's not there, then you're missing. Your voice is not truly being heard. You're being spoken to, and you're not being spoken with. And you're not having your voices heard. One of my first appointments on the Board of Education was Assemblyman Nader Sage. Put him on that Board of Education. And I knew that Nader would rise the ranks quick, and he did. Very, very quickly, he became the president of the Board of Education. And I want to say thank you to Nader. And then, and if you remember, we had when he became president, there was the previous administration had put in place a group that really weren't watching the books all that well. And there was a major mistake, $55 million mistake. And we were faced with some big decisions. Now, you may not remember it. One of the things that we said when we stood together at a press conference and every reporter said, how many people are you laying off? That's what we want to know. How many teachers getting cut? How many programs are getting cut? And I told everybody, wait, we're not talking about cuts right now. We're going to advocate for our kids. We're going to Albany. We're going to reform our school district. We're going to make some changes. But we're not talking about cutting our way out of this. Our kids have suffered enough. We're not going to let them continue to suffer. We're going to make our case at the state capitol. And we did. And the governor came in. The governor came in with $50 million because of his hard work, working alongside me, and we were able to merge 5 different departments in the Board of Education. 5 different departments we merged. We brought in $50 million from the governor. And you know what? At the end of the day, there was not one layoff. Not one. Not one layoff in the school district. And I think that's the story to be told here is that if we're all at the table, if we all have a voice, if you have a Nader Sage at the table who's brilliant and he's able to give you his opinion, and we can find common ground and we can find common support and we can take any problem that comes our way. We have a problem with the police department, we reformed it. We have a problem with economic development in our community and getting a more diverse pool of investors, we reformed it. We will continue to do that. And when we look at issues, let's go back to the Board of Education. And we said, you know, it's nice. When there's a Jewish holiday, we celebrate the Jewish holiday. When there's a Christian holiday, we celebrate the Christian holiday. That's what we should do. That's the way it should work. Unfortunately, in Yonkers, when there was a Muslim holiday, it was not celebrated. And that was a wrong that we needed to right. And working with the Board of Education, working with each and every one of you, we reformed that, and now Eid is celebrated in our school. When the Muslim community came to me and said, you know what would be a statement? I said, what? He goes, well, it's nice that you come and break the fast with us, but you know it would be a statement. And I don't know if you really got the guts to do it. And I said, what is that? We break the fast at City Hall, right at City Hall. And I said, to the City Council, I said, all right, let's do it. And we did that. For the first time in history, we broke the fast at City Hall. And so these are just some of the things that we did. Because when you look at the picture, it's easy. You look at the picture, something's missing. How do we fix it? We can only fix it if we become more inclusive. We only fix it if we open our ears, our minds, and our hearts, and we go, it's time to make changes. You can only fix it if we give people a chance to be heard. Your community is heard in my administration. Your community has moved this city forward. Your community has made our city better. And it grows and thrives, and couldn't be more proud. Could not be more proud. Yonkers is one of the most diverse communities of its size in all of America. And not only are we diverse, but we're successful. We're going through this renaissance. And people will say to me over and over again, how is it that we're going through this renaissance? And I say to them, it's simple. It's not hard. We take as many people with the greatest ideas from wherever they're from, the best, the brightest, the smartest, put them together, and we come up with common sense solutions to our problems. And when you take a diverse group like this, and from different angles and different perspectives, it's amazing what can be accomplished. Yonkers should be the model for this country on how you can govern, because we are making it work. And we're making it work because of each and every one of you. So I'm going to say thank you. It's been a humbling experience, and thank God I have 15 brothers and sisters that if ever there is a time that I'm getting too big for my britches, they're the first ones to knock me down a few pegs. But we, including Jamie, as I just heard. But there's so much work for us to do. And there's no way any government can operate. There's no way you can be successful if you think you're going to do it by yourself, because you can't. You need good support. You need hardworking people behind you. You need people that are interested not in just reforming things, but in revolutionizing things. We revolutionized the police department, and that's why we've been able to cut crime in half. That's why we were able to reduce complaints against our officers. That's why we've been able to reduce arrests, because we didn't arrest our way out of it. We put programs in place that made it work. We were able to reform the Board of Education because we were able to bring people onto the board who spoke the language, who knew the customs, who could be a part of the changes. And you know what? To go from a 72% graduation rate to a 91% graduation rate and have the President of the United States actually give us an award, which by the way came with about $1 million. Give us an award. I mean, think about it, almost $1 million from the President. So we're excited about that. Now, talking about partnership real fast, remember, there are a couple people running. I'll talk first about Sinead Williams. Sinead Williams is my friend. Sinead Williams was somebody that I met early on in her life when she was a college intern at the state capitol. She's an immigrant who's becoming an American, who has worked hard to get her college degree, worked hard in her community, and is somebody who deserves to be an elected office. She has been with me. Now, she definitely has opinions, and I'll be the first one to tell you that. But her opinions are good, they're sharp, they're clear, they're always concise, and she always has a reason behind what she talks about. and she's running for county legislator. And she, I think, will just make a splendid county legislator. My father was in that position for a long time, and I know if he were alive today, he'd be proud to support her. So please remember Sinead Williams, and also Deanna Robinson, who's behind me, who's going to replace Sinead. And now the thing about, you have to remember too, when you're someone who works in that type of environment, Deanna works for the city council, she works under Councilwoman Williams, just like Sinead Williams worked for me, is that they do a lot of the tough work, the heavy lifting. They're out there, they are out there answering the constituents, fielding the calls. They have their finger on the pulse of what's happening in the community. And someone like Deanna, who's been here, a lifelong resident of Yonkers with a huge tradition, and someone who's been a part of our community, somebody who's worked in our community, knows the pulse, and knows, who's raising, as a single mom, raising her boys here. She's more than ready to be councilwoman, so I hope that you'll support her as well. So I'll end it up like this. My brother said it right. If each and every one of you can just make it your business to go out, grab 10 friends, and remind them and get them to vote. Because primaries are a funny thing. Primaries are very much, every so often, people forget there's a primary. Or sometimes your supporters go, I think he's got it. Let us not fail because we were overconfident. Let us go out there, get as many people as we can. If each and every one of us gets 10 people to vote, we're going to have a big victory, and then we're going to be in this room together on the 27th. I'm looking forward to seeing you all then. God bless you, and thank you.
I'd like to also mention who's here today is Alberto Velasquez, the president of the CSCA.
I didn't mention Dr. Robati, but let me mention Dr. Robati. If you don't mind, because you were way behind me. When we were going through COVID, and COVID was tough. It was tough on all of us. We all know that. But I had good support and good advice because I had a doctor who was at my disposal whenever I needed him, and put together an advisory board, and we were able to really move in a way that we led the county on COVID and COVID response. We led the county, and in large part because of Dr. Robati. So thank you.
We're going to be presenting someone really special, a little surprise for us today. I'd like to bring up Mr. Zaid Naji to do the presentation. Zaid?
Thank you, Doctor. Honestly, we as a community are offended. There is 2 movies about barber shops and none about a bodega. So, Mr. Spikely, if you are there and you need a script that is full of love, full of sacrifice, full of a true American story, just let us know. Our ultimate goal as a community is to turn our infrastructure into a positive, a vehicle for a positive change. And allow me to tell you a unique story. It's actually a human story. It's a story, I call it the story of life. What happens when you have a good intention and a noble cause? Inside the bodegas, I'm a Yemeni American. We own thousands of stores in the city of New York and hundreds in the city of Yonkers and tens of thousands around the country. Inside those bodegas, beautiful stories occurs between human beings. Walls are being broken between communities. And allow me to tell you this story, this beautiful story. A young man who's among us. He was working his dad's store. He used to see poor customers. Like most of us, he could have just turned his eye or ear and just pretend that he didn't see nothing. He didn't. He created a little game. He, in hope of offering help and saving dignity, created a game asking customers who he deemed worthy of the help He asked him a simple question. You have 5 seconds to answer 2 plus 2. And he did a little tick-tock. And because the intention was good and the goal was noble, it just went viral. So allow me to introduce Mr. Ahmed Alwan, who has close to 3 million followers, and his word went so far that even President Obama noticed. And that's exactly what happened. And those are the stories that we all need to hear. And this is the stories. Ahmed Alwan's story will never happen in any other country except America, because it allows the human being to be. Ahmed is here to support Mayor Spano because, and Shanae and everybody here, because he sees that it will help in his noble cause. So Ahmed, we are so proud of you in the community, and we are so proud of you in the city and everywhere. So thank you very, very much for just helping. Ahmed Alwan.
Hello everyone, good morning. A little over 3 years ago, I started doing challenges at my dad's bodega. And I would just ask kids like a math question, give them 2 seconds, 3 seconds to answer the question. They get it right, they get 5 seconds to grab whatever they want. And if they get it wrong, they still get stuff. But yeah, so I started rewarding them with prizes and asking them educational questions. And the goal is to have every community in New York City, every bodega in New York City do the same cause. And with Mayor Spano, he supports the Arab community, and with him, we're going to be able to do so much. So with a person like that, I feel like we should vote for him so he can help us and do more and do greater things. Thank you.
So we, on behalf of myself and a member of the City Council, and Shanae Williams is here too, we just wanted, because that's a major accomplishment. 3 million followers. I'm trying to figure out, do I even have 10,000? So we wanted to give you recognition and say thank you for being here. And thank you for moving the needle. You're moving it for all of our kids, and we really appreciate it. So I'm going to say,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Now we get another
So,
million.
That's all I need.
With the Spano, we get another million.
So, Rababa, thank you. Thank you for again, because so much of what we've been able to accomplish, especially with the Muslim community, you were very much in the forefront on. So we appreciate that. And last but not least, the persons that put this together. My good friend, Zay Jarris. Let's give Zay. Put this together. Zay and I have been friends. I met Zay in 1992. So when we were campaigning in February for a special election for a young person, it was cold, and it was on Lolo Park. Remember those days? Zay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was cold, and of course his son Frankie wasn't born yet, but he's born and in law school. And he's doing really well. Thank you, man. Yes. Thank you all. Let's go out and win this election. Nice to see everybody.
Please, everybody. Hello?
Can we turn back? Joey!
Joey, bring it back up. 1 second. Hello? Everyone, please take a sign home with you. Pass out some brochures. And if you want to get together for a group picture, it would be nice.
Janie, bring the kids over here.
صلاح تعالوا تعالوا
And put your signs under your chin so you don't cover your face, okay?
Right here.
He has a picture with you when he was like 5 years old.